Actually, I have only been for 1 week. I'm still getting used to everything. The class pace is so fast. Sometimes I just get half of it and the rest of it just confusing me.
Yeah, I totally get it. It must be a little challenge at the beginning.
Yes, when I first came, one of my friends could barely understand English with an accent. Have you gotten used to it, or the language is still tough?
Still a little bit. At first, I didn't even dare to ask questions in class. I just waiting until after class to ask to the professor.
Yeah, but no worries. You can ask questions anytime you want, and maybe you can practice together after class.
That's great.
Yes, actually, teachers encourage questions, so there's no need to stress about it.
Thank you guys. It was nice in having you around. It makes things a lot easier. I heard there's a new bubble tea shop nearby. Maybe we can check it out next time.
Yeah, of course. I've heard about this place, and their signature bubble tea is really nice.
Yeah, let's go next time. I love bubble tea.
That sounds awesome. I'm really looking forward to. Especially it will be my first experience in Canada here.
Wow.
Are you guys all done with your meal?
Yeah.
Of course.
Great. Check please.
Hi, this is your bill.
It's all on me today. Just a big thank you for your help. 130, right?
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you.
Okay.
That's very generous of you.
It's okay. No worries.
Thanks for the invite.
Let's go.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go then.
I'm sorry. I just want to know, is there anything wrong with my service?
No, the service
No.
was really great today.
Oh, actually, customers here usually leave 15% to 20% tips, and that is part of my income. So if you have any feedback, feel free to let me know.
Sorry, I didn't know about that.
It's alright. I didn't even know how to use chopsticks when I first traveled to Asia.
Okay, here's the tip. Thanks for your great service today.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Have a nice
you.
day.
Sorry, I don't know about that.
No, it's fine. Do you think Xiaolin is going to adjust to life here?
I don't know. It just feels like she doesn't know the culture here. I know she's trying to be friendly, but suddenly picking up the tab feels more like she's going to pity us.
Yeah, I feel the same way. She might not notice that, but I think if this keeps happening, I don't think we can play together.
Yeah.
It's finally weekend. Do you guys want to grab a bubble tea together?
I wish, but I have this group meeting this afternoon. Maybe next time?
That's sad.
Same here. I've got a meeting too.
Oh my god, no worries. I will go by myself then. I need to try it anyway. Good luck.
Number 3 pickup. Here. This is your signature bubble tea.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Wow.
I think I will have the signature one.
Oh, I think that one is good too.
Wait, are you guys supposed to be in a meeting?
Oh, we finished early, so I think we can come here and grab a tea.
Yeah, we decided to stop by.
Yeah.
Sorry, we don't mean to leave you alone.
Well, looks like I'm not the only one bubble tea fan here.
Now, here comes the theory part. The first one is individualism versus collectivism. Hofstede's theory reviews the fundamental differences in social expectations of Chinese and Canadian culture. In Chinese collectivist culture, Xiaolin's treatment behavior is an investment in establishing relationships, which implies the expectation of long-term reciprocity. On the other hand, Canadian individualistic culture regards this kind of generosity as a one-time act, without any follow-up obligations, and is even understood as a kind of charity, This cognitive misalignment explains why Xiaoling expects to deepen friendship, while her roommates only regard it as an ordinary etiquette. And also, in classroom interaction, Xiaoling's daring to ask questions also reflects the importance of collectivism to group harmony, which contrasts with Canadian classroom culture that encourages individual expression. The second one is high context versus low context communication. Hall's theory explains the tipping misunderstanding. Coming from China's high-context culture, Xiaoling thinks treating dinner automatically includes all the costs. But in Canada, though usually direct about rules, tipping is an implicit custom. When the waitress hinted, "Is there anything wrong with my service?" instead of directly asking for a tip, it shows this cultural contradiction. Xiaoling missed the hint because she preferred clearer rules, while her roommates could understand it immediately. This difference in communication patterns reappeared in the subsequent rejection of bubble tea shop invitations. Canadian roommates used a high contextual method like excused on meetings to politely refuse rather than communicate directly. The third one is power distance. This theory of Hofstede explains the difference in service cognition. China's high power distance culture regards service as an institutional responsibility. The employer is solely responsible for the salary, and the tip may blur the established boundaries of social roles. In Canada's low power distance culture, the tipping system strengthens the equal status of service personnel. Her roommate's puzzlement that Xiaoling forgot to tip is essentially confused by her neglect of the professional dignity of the service staff. This cognitive difference is also reflected in classroom interaction. Xiaoling showing respect for teachers' authority contrasts sharply with Canada's encouragement and questioning of the concept of equal teaching and learning. The fourth one is communication accommodation theory. This theory of Jackson highlights the communication dilemma, which may escalate intercultural misunderstandings. Xiaoling's roommates attempt to simplify their language, like "just ask, go ahead," and use familiar analogies like comparing tipping to chopstick use, unintentionally patronize Xiaoling, reinforcing her outsider status. At the same time, Xiaoling's natural way of communicating gets misunderstood, like asking questions indirectly or offering to pay for meals. Her roommates see these polite Chinese customs as her not trying to adapt rather than recognizing them as normal in her culture. This two-way confusion keeps building up. When the waitress hinted about tipping, only the local understood, and when Xiaoling directly asked them out for bubble tea, their vague excuses didn't match her expectation of clear answers. Ultimately, this accumulated accommodation fakes lead to social distancing, as seen when the classmates exclude Xiaoling when maintaining face-saving politeness. The situation demonstrates how even well-intentioned communication adjustments can backfire when cultural frameworks remain unaligned.
After watching the scheme at the beginning of the video and understanding the theoretical reasons for the cultural collision, I'm sure that you have some suggestions in mind to help Xiaoling, Jennifer, and Cassie avoid the embarrassment and maintain their relationships. Here, I will share 3 suggestions for them, and if you have a better idea, I will pass it on to them for you. I will summarize the first suggestion as prevention. Before going to Canada for study, Xiaoling had better understand the local cultural habits and implied social rules first. She can avoid embarrassment by checking books and the internet, or by observing the payment habits of locals at the end of the meal to learn the tipping rules in advance. When going to an area with a cultural background that is quite different from your own, it is important to understand in advance and integrate into the local culture as soon as possible in order to prevent embarrassment effectively. The second suggestion I summarize as a response. When embarrassing situations arise due to culture shock, sincere questions and timely communication can minimize misunderstandings. If you don't catch the best opportunity to communicate, an explanation afterward is also necessary. Expressing gratitude to the student who helped resolve the situation and showing willingness to adapt to cultural differences is also a proper way to cope with culture shock. I will summarize the last suggestion as repair. If, like the 3 people in the video, the effect of culture shock have unfortunately led to the breakdown of their relationship, then extra efforts need to be made to repair cross-cultural relationships. These efforts can include positive culture sharing. Students from different cultures can include to each other the habit and characteristics of their own cultures in their daily lives and organize regular culture sharing activities. In addition, it is useful to take action to adapt to the new culture, such as sharing a culture adaptation diary on social media to show inclusion and respect for different cultures. In conclusion, I would like to say that cultural differences may cause mistake and embarrassment, but sincerity and openness, as well as respect for different cultures, is the medicine to diffuse the cultural collision. Let's continue to see what changes Xiaolin, Jennifer, and Cassie have made.
This time, no mistake.
Let's reborn!
Are you guys all done?
Yeah.
Of course.
Can I buy you guys lunch today?
Yes, but why?
It's just a big thank you for your help.
Okay, then thank you so much.
No problems. Check, please.
Hi, this is your bill.
Okay, 130, right?
Yes.
This is 130 plus your 15% tip. Thank you for your great service today.
Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Wow, you're really familiar with our Timpi culture.
Yes, I have learned that before I came here.
Wow, that's great.
Let's grab a bubble tea right now.
Okay, why not? Let's go.